Welcome to the QT Gossip Podcast, where we flip the script on gossip, turning negativity into positivity. Join us as we redefine the conversation, focusing on the good, the inspiring, and the uplifting stories that shape our world. It's time to change minds, one positive gossip at a time. Let's dive into the stories that make us smile, inspire change, and celebrate the best in people. This is QT Gossip, where good news is the headline of every episode. Now it's time for tea time with the Queens.
Welcome, one and all, to the most royal gathering in podcast history. Tonight, we present a court of dazzling personalities and reigning greatness. Behold, Bronina, the warrior monarch with a flair for the dramatic, while promoting all that is regal.
Hello. Hang on. There we go. I'm doing everything wrong today.
And finally, we present the host of QT Gossip herself, the one, the only Miss Queen Lily, the reigning empress of elegance, grace, and pure positive tea.
I couldn't help but
That's
drink
right.
the tea.
We got the positive tea here. It is time to flip that switch, ladies and gentlemen, from negative to positive.
Yes.
We are here to have some fun. I am so excited. We have an amazing special guest today. We have an amazing performance. I am so excited to be able to, just get down to business. I am so excited. So
I'm excited too.
Before we even go into the icebreaker, who is our special guest?
Well, we got ourselves the Tony, the Stark, the amazing man, and not Tony Stark as Iron Man, the $1 billion, the wonderful man, the meta of greatness of Horizons, Tony Stark VR.
Hey,
Yeah!
let's go.
Owning an empire of greatness.
Welcome.
That was quite the introduction.
You know us, we love to pizzazz. We pizzazz it up. That's
Yes,
what
we
I'm
do.
definitely pizzazzed.
Yeah. Sorry.
I get double the tea.
You could double the tea, bro.
Right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So, Mr. Tony Stark, please, how have you been before we start with the icebreaker that Brennan will do? How have you been so far?
I've been good. You know what? It's been a blessing. I've just been doing my thing, keeping focused in real life, but also in the headset here, with a bunch of cool stuff. And I can't wait to talk to you guys about it over some hot tea.
Heck yeah, we got that hot tea today. Well, before we do spill that hot tea, Bronina, we would like to do an icebreaker. What that means is we'd like to get to know our audience, live viewers. Thank you all for watching and or listening. Give us a little icebreaker. Give us something fun. What do you have for us today?
Well, I got a great question for you all. As far as your guys' imagination, the question is, if you could be part of any universe of your liking, it doesn't matter, movie, TV show, or anything, what universe would it be? And what character would you want to be in that universe?
Oh, I think mine
Ooh.
answers itself.
Yeah, Tony over here is Tony Stark. Me, that's a good one. I think I would want to be Harley Quinn. Batman. Fight that. I'm definitely Harley Quinn for sure. You're looking at me like I'm insane
That is
for
it.
saying that.
That's a good answer. It
No,
kinda-
no,
it
no,
makes me
no,
wanna
no, that's a
move over
great
to this
answer.
chair over here.
A lot of people call me the live version Harley Quinn in real life.
That is
Because I'm sweet
funny.
and sassy, but you don't wanna mess with me.
That is funny.
No, I don't want to.
It's pretty funny.
I came up
What
with a
about you?
question. Well, I came up with a question, but I didn't know what I wanted to be. There's so many things I could be that I really want to be. But if I could be any character, I'd probably be like Sora from Kingdom Hearts. The
Okay,
Keyblade.
okay.
In the
Okay,
video game
I
world.
didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's.
I
See, that
thought you
one.
were from Scooby Doo.
I know. I was expecting that. I was
Right.
Well, that's
expecting
my
that.
second option, Shaggy. You know,
You
being
know
able
what?
to
I'm
eat
gonna
as
go
much
back
food
on
as I
mine.
want and
You know,
never
mine
get
isn't
full.
gonna be the
Yeah.
mine isn't gonna be the obvious one. I would be all right. I'm not gonna go with Tony Stark because I feel like that's everybody expects that, right? For me, if it was any
Definitely.
universe,
I gotta
just
lay off
any
the tea.
universe, movie, games, TV, I would probably be because growing up I used to love playing Tekken, the fighting game. I would probably be a character of Tekken. I don't know which. I feel like I relate to Jin Kazama from Tekken.
Okay. I used to play that game growing up too. I used to play it all the time.
I was
All
more
the
of
time.
a
To be
I was more of a Street
unbeatable.
Fighter, Mortal Kombat type of person, but yes, I do like Tekken. It's a good
Who
game.
was that like younger girl who has the pigtails in that game? I used to play her all the time.
Oh, she had a really her name begins with X.
Yes.
I'm trying to
yes,
remember
it
what her
does.
name is.
She used to do the flying
Yeah.
thing. She used to like do this weird like
Yes.
cartwheel thing
Yes.
that she did.
And I nailed it every time. Every time.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Ooh, did you ever get to play Tekken Tag? The one where you had two characters and you could swap between them in the middle of the fight.
No, is that new?
Oh no, that came out back in the day. But so my tag team partners used to be Jin Kazama and Nina Williams.
Oh,
Another great
that
examples
sounds
of
like a
fight
good
games is
duo.
Virtual Fighter, Tekken, Dead or Alive. I remember there was
Dead
a
or Alive was
Tekken
so
game
good.
that was free for PlayStation, free for all people to play. Like it was
Mhm.
pretty cool. All those good
That is
days.
pretty cool. Well, if anyone in
Right.
our
So
live
Cowboy.
audience or are streaming online, if anyone wants to answer the question, feel free. We will
Is that a
read it in your
Bowenville?
chats. That is Mr. Bowenville. He has come
Yes.
to say hello to us. Welcome, Mr. Bowenville, August, Z-Devil. What up, what up, what up?
Welcome.
Oh yes.
Welcome, welcome. All of our live viewers, thank you all so much for being there and watching. We really do appreciate you.
And thank
The
you,
ones
live
who are
viewers, for
listening-
watching. I have not been very
Yes.
classy today, but I am trying. Anyway.
It's he can only do so much. Okay, he can only do so much. But guys, I think it's time to get down to business. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. I want to talk about Tony. Tony, tell me a little bit about yourself. You kind of already know the gist. You've been on here before. Give us a recap. Who are you? How did you become Horizons? What do you do? All that fun stuff. So give us the tea.
Okay, dope. So I'm Tony Stark VR. I relate as just being a guy that bought a headset one day, but in here I've been lucky enough to kind of build a bit of an audience doing events. So I would say I'm an event director. Client based, but also I've founded a few brands in here, which I've been again very lucky to have had the opportunity to do on this platform. So yeah, I'm an event director. I'm the founder of the Billionaire Club and the founder of Zodia, and that's me. Other than that, I love shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans are the best. I'm on my
We're
best
gonna-
behavior right now.
Like zoinks. I gotta love some shenanigans.
Okay, so you have a couple of different things that you do. I know that you also do your hashtag Tony approved events. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so it's hashtag Stark approved events. I got started out doing those. For me it was like when I came into the headset, one of the first apps that I tried, after the usual games like Beat Saber and trying the Walking Dead game, the next app I tried was Big Screen because I love watching movies and TV shows, and that's what that app was all about. Then I found myself in venues because I couldn't get into Horizon. Horizon Worlds wasn't available in the UK at the time, so I found myself in venues. And somebody came into venues one time and said, "Hey, you guys should check out Altspace." So I checked out Altspace. It was all realistic environments, and if you were in Paris, you were actually in Paris in front of the Eiffel Tower, and that was pretty cool. And so, I just kind of explored a little bit. At first, I didn't like it. I left, and then the next day, I went on again, gave it another go, and I found a few people that took me to a few worlds. And then over time, I just kind of became a frequent alt space user. And really, where I got started out doing stock approved events, I never set out to do it as that. It was never like a thing for me. I just sort of did events because that was a option on alt space, and I just had a lot of ideas, and I wasn't seeing anybody do those types of events. So I was like, okay, if nobody's doing it, I guess I have to do it myself. Um, and in doing that, I just did stuff that I really enjoyed. For me, a lot of it was shenanigans. It was me pushing the buttons to see how I can provoke people. Really, I just being a troll, and I guess people enjoyed that. Because I wasn't set out to do this thing. And before I knew it, there was a large attendance at my events, and that really became the brand. Really, I market stock approved events as volume, impact, and structure. So it's like the volume is the attendance, the impact is what the events stand for. Like the charitable events that I've done and things like that. And then the structure is really kind of doing it different. I like to differentiate events as there's activities, there's things to do, and then there's events. So the type of events I do, it's more sort of a based on a programming schedule type thing. It's more of like a function, you know what I'm saying? So that's where the stock approved events kind of came in. But yeah, that's how that became a thing eventually.
That's awesome. So, from the Stark approved events, I thought it was Tony at first. I'm so sorry. So, the Stark approved events,
It's all right.
was that the first thing that you have created, and then it was the Billionaire Club, or was the Billionaire Club first?
So, stock approved events was definitely what I established first. However, I would say the Billionaire Club itself was a concept that I had in my mind that I wanted to execute. Even in the real world, like I always wanted to set up a clothing line, and like a hookah lounge, that kind of thing. I'm very business oriented in the real world. I've had multiple businesses before, with my siblings, with friends, that kind of stuff. And so being in the headset, you really don't really have that much costs or overheads, right? Like you can just think of something and do it. So
Mhm.
for me, it was definitely stock approved events came first. That helped me lay down the foundation of events and getting that variety of events under my belt. And then once all of that was established and in demand, I then thought, okay, maybe now is the time to, establish something like the Billionaire Club. And that's when I came over to Horizon after all space was sunsetted. I think we talked about that a little bit last time. Um, and
Mhm.
so and so once I thought of executing the Billionaire Club, um, I was here with Maddie, who's basically my right hand for the Billionaire Club, and she built the world. She wanted to build worlds in here when she first came. And I wasn't interested in building. I just wanted to focus on events. And so she built the Billionaire Club with a few other creators, like Boss Leo, TY, and those guys. And with time, Metaclean Rupert is also a builder on the Billionaire Club as well. So I'd kind of briefed them on, what the vision was. I said, okay, I see luxury, right? Luxury is what I want to go for. I've done big scale events. I've done fun, sort of goofy kind of shenanigans. But I've also done, I did an anti-bullying campaign. So there is a serious side of stock approved events as well. But I wanted to do something more luxury, more high scale, more high end. And so a cigar lounge was what we landed on. And in my head, that's what I wanted to do. And so I kind of not pitched it to them, but just kind of briefed them on it, right? My vision for it. And they did an amazing job of creating that world. And I said to them, I want people to walk in and feel like they either walked into a hotel or, like a Louis Vuitton or Versace, like not the store, but just what the brands stand for in terms of status and all of that. Because we're all in the headset. Anybody could be anybody. You could be a bum off the street, but in the headset, you could be a VIP. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the vision with the Billionaire Club was, to be an exclusive brand but be all inclusive. You know what I'm saying? And so we started out showcasing artists, DJs, brands, and all sorts through that in like a high scale sort of format. And that sort of helped me differentiate, different categories of events, right? So I was doing all kinds of events with stock approved events. The Billionaire Club kind of helped me categorize, okay, if I do have a client that comes up to me that wants to do something a little more high scale, then the Billionaire Club is the way to go. If they want to do something more creative, then it's like a stock approved event, something more kind of flexible. But yeah, it went stock approved events and then the Billionaire Club.
Awesome. I know he's got all the tea.
And don't save any for anybody else. My bad. Oops.
So, with all of the events that you do, what is the one thing that you have to mainly focus on to make sure your events pop off the way that you want to pop off? That sounds really back it up. Pop off the way that you want it to exceed. That was so
Right, right.
weird. Ignore what I just said.
No,
Yeah.
of course, I totally understand. No, that's a great question. So for me, it's always, I'm a very visual person, so it's all about the concept. If I'm coordinating an event for one of my own brands, then it's like, okay, what is the concept? What do we want to achieve? And then
Mhm.
everything else kind of falls in place from there, right? But if it's a client that comes to me, then it's really about bringing their vision to life as an event director. Then it's, doing a discovery with them to see what their goals are, what they want to achieve, what the concept is, how we can maximize the platform that we're on. And then, of course, with the Billionaire Club being in multiple platforms now in Horizon and VR Chat, there's the flexibility of, okay, based on what your vision is for your event, if it is a Billionaire Club event that you want to go with, then you have the option of being in Horizon or in VR Chat as well. So it's really about asking the right questions, getting to know the client if it is a client, and really just, if the vibe fits, it kind of comes naturally. I think that creative flow just kind of happens like that. In terms of getting it to pop off, I mean, I've never set out to pop it off, but I've just done things that I've truly enjoyed myself, and I think that resonates with people. I think that's why they come. One of the things I always say to anybody that I collaborate with for an event is, I want to be able to enjoy the event as if I was a guest at it. You know what I mean? That's always my aim.
Oh yes. And that's, something, especially with someone, even for myself or for others who do like events and want to do an event, it's very important to make it, especially being in Horizons, sometimes can be, although we are here with each other, like right now, I'm sitting next to you virtually, and Bernina, you're in my face virtually, you know, it, it's, it could sometimes be hard to connect with the people who you're trying to, reach out to, trying to
Hmm.
promote your stuff wise. So when you have those special events, it's very good to be able to, you know, make it feel like you want it to be fun too. You want it to be,
Absolutely.
inviting, more
Hmm.
more welcoming than what VR sometimes can provide you, you know.
Hmm.
Just recently, um VR is very weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's very weird because in here you can do so many things. You can be so many people. You could. There are people here that we've had on the podcast that are um double amputees and have, specific needs that
Right.
prevent them from doing real life, things that when they come in here, they're able to actually do those things in here, and to be able to host an event for someone like that or anyone as a whole, and for them to join and have fun, like that's what makes it awesome. That's what makes VR awesome, because we can all
Right.
kind of relate and connect to each other when it's more hard, out in the real world, and you have
Right.
real life things going on. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool what you can do in here for sure.
It's really cool. I think it's about the accessibility, you know. I think the platform makes it really easy to, for accessibility reasons. You can pretty much, like you said, you can do anything. Someone who's a double amputee in real life can be fully mobile in here, independently, and there's things that can be provided in real life as well. Like prosthetics and that kind of stuff, but in here, I think everything is level playing field because and I said this at the start. I identify as somebody that just bought a headset, because at the end of the day, that's who I am. I'm just somebody, just like everybody else. I decided to buy a Quest headset at one point, and that's where the level playing field comes in because we all come in on the same level. And I would even take it as far as saying that, the people that have been in here and kind of started their own niche, whether that's having a podcast, whether that's doing events, whether that's doing comedy, anything, whether that's having a casino, anything like that. It's like we're almost the experts, and so the script has been flipped on the industry where you might have artists from the real world coming in. They need guidance from you and I because we've been in here, we're established, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like we're the experts, and it's good because a lot of people in the real world
me.
sometimes
What?
you
Sorry.
might have you might have somebody who has social anxiety or just any kind of any number of issues that might occur in real life for somebody that might prevent them to go after what they want to achieve. But in here it removes that barrier because you have that anonymity, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know my
Yeah.
name unless I told you my real name, you know what I'm saying?
Are you
So
telling
I
me it's
think
not Tony Stark?
the cat is out the bag. What are we gonna do now? No,
Oh
everybody knows
my
me.
I
goodness.
thought you were
I
the real Tony
feel
Stark.
so bamboozled. This is not
My
Right,
dreams are
true.
right.
I thought
crushed.
we were
I thought I knew
I thought we were
everybody.
closer than that.
That is
I'm
too
so
funny.
sad.
I gotta be
But
more careful with my hands.
it's about that opportunity for everybody, right? It's like people can reinvent themselves. I've seen people who are extreme introverts in real life, and they've come in here and they've been able to do public speaking. They've been able to do these big functions and all of that cool stuff. And I think that's the beauty of it, And if somebody with a disability can be on level playing field with the rest of us, then that's even better.
I definitely agree. Now, there is
Exactly.
one other thing I would like to talk about. I did go to one of your events actually just recently,
Mhm.
which was at your new Zodiac Club, which was pretty cool. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Zodia is it's a brand that I've recently established, and it's a world that has just launched. So the idea behind that
Ooh.
was I wanted to do something really different. So, we touched on the types of events I've done, and then the luxury side of things. I wanted to do something more interactive, something more lighthearted and just kind of conceptual. And so, for me, it was the idea really came about because Zodia is a zodiac and astrology based brand and world. Um, for me, it's always been birthdays, right? I've always been into birthdays ever since I was a kid. My birthday is a pretty special date for Americans. It's the 4th of July. But,
Oh,
so I've always loved my birthday, right? Because I've always been aware of that. I'm in the UK, but, ever since I was a kid, birthdays was my thing. I love being a Cancer. I think it's an underrated sign, no matter what anybody says.
My
All right.
brother's a Cancer. So
Right. So for me, it
well, I'm a
was
Pisces. I'm just saying.
Pisces are dope. Pisces are dope.
my
What's
sister's a
your
Yeah,
star sign,
Gemini.
Brunina?
I'm a
we are.
Sagittarius. Ah,
Sagittarius. There you go. My
yeah.
mom's a Sagittarius. But when it comes to like the doing something really different, it's almost like a 360 on anything that I've done, because I've done music festivals, I've done shows, I've done conferences, I've done game events, I've done luxury events, I've done business showers, all of that kind of stuff. But I haven't done anything sort of gamified or interactive, and that's what Zodia is, with it being Zodiac based. So one of the first types of events that we're doing with Zodia is Zodiac parties, monthly Zodiac parties on the first Wednesday or Tuesday of the month. There's an event schedule for that and everything. And so yeah, it's really just to do something different. And the push that I got to kind of get started on that was through Ice Cold Stacks, right? She has an Ice House Casino, and about this time last year, I'd reached out to her, and we were expanding the Billionaire Club into VR chat at the time. So I was looking for someone to help host, and we had a whole
Let the
hosting
royal
team.
proceedings begin.
We had
We've got some
we had
crazy
a whole,
things happening today.
right? Where did that come from? God, is that you?
Me, the tech
Wow.
thing.
Hello.
So as I was saying, I met Ice Cold Stacks around this time last year, and looking for someone to host the opening for the Billionaire Club over in VR chat when we were expanding. We had a bunch of hosts, and she was one of them. And we got along really well. We became really close friends very quickly. And I noticed she posted a lot about Zodiac stuff, right, on her story on Instagram and everything. And so for me it was like, because I always had the idea of Zodia in the back of my mind, I was always looking at things from that lens, like, okay, who's posting about this stuff, right? And so she came to me one day, a few months ago, and she said, "Hey Tony, let's do an event together." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's do a collab event. It could be a Ice House and stock approved thing, right?" And then I got thinking, and I said, "Okay, I'll bring an idea to you, you bring an idea to me, and we'll run with one of them." And so I took the idea of doing Zodiac parties to her, and we settled on launching Zodia as a over time, kind of explain more about what the concept was and everything, and she was super down for it. She helped with the marketing side of things, and the hosting side of things, some promo and all of that kind of stuff. So that was super dope. That was super dope. It gave me the push to launch the broader brand around the Zodiac stuff, because Zodia is going to expand into doing a whole bunch of different types of events, which I'm excited to reveal over time. At the moment, it's Zodiac parties, and that's the concept that we're currently running with. There will be special edition events as well. There's actually one coming up in February, mid-February.
Oh, for
You
my
guys can
birthday, right?
probably
Yeah, I think that's a great
right, right,
idea.
right. Of course, right.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta
But
do
I'm
something for this
excited. I'm
Pisces.
excited. Zodia is a character. We have an NPC in the world as well. So we're going for like the whole elegant side of things when it comes to the celebration. It's all about individuality and celebration of life. But then there's also a horror element of it that brings the gamified element into it. So Zodia is the NPC. She's kind of cool. She talks to you, but she says creepy things. If you listen to what she's saying some really creepy things amongst all the informative things that she's telling you. Like when you go to reception, she welcomes you in. She lets you know what you can do. You can represent your zodiac sign. She talks about going to a function, and then she talks about taking you with her. But she talks about nobody would know you're gone. You know what I mean? So there's like a little bit
Oh,
of a horror
snap.
element to Zodia, and over time she's gonna get worse. She's gonna, by the end of the year, she's gonna be a fully fledged Zodiac killer. And that's playing off of the concept, playing off of the not the real world Zodiac killer. It's based off of that, right? It's the callback to the name, but nobody's getting murdered for real. It's just all in
Yeah,
good
let's
faith.
hope
It's
not.
just gamified.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Mhm.
that's Zodia. We launched in
Well,
January for Capricorn season,
it's
and
freaking awesome.
we're leading up to Aquarius. One thing in the world, though, is the world will change every month. So for each zodiac sign, the world will be of the element that sign belongs to. So Capricorn was an earth sign. We had an earth element, which was like a woodland
I missed
forest
the
kind of
Sagittarius one.
outdoorsy
Crap.
vibe. Sagittarius will be at the end of the year, just because we started in January. So we started when it was
I can, well,
Capricorn
well,
season.
I haven't missed it yet. Then I'll be there.
You haven't missed it yet.
Can't wait to see what the Pisces one is, because that's a fish.
Right.
Good luck with that.
Right. And that's a water sign, right? And I'm a water sign because
Yes.
I'm Cancer, so you already know we went all out for the water signs. But Aquarius season is here, so we'll be switching the world over to the air element, and So each element has things that are related to that element. So the earth sign was all woodland vibes. The air sign is going to be all air kind of stuff. There's low gravity, clouds, mist, all of that kind of cool stuff. For Pisces will be water, so that'll be like waterfalls,
I love
puddles,
me some waterfalls.
splashes. There's a lazy river, but I'm not going to give away all the sauce because you got to
No, no,
come and see
no.
it for yourself. It's one of those things you really got to be there. It's very, I mean, it is immersive because
Yeah,
it's
be there
VR,
to
but it's
believe it
very
and
involved.
see it.
It's very conceptual. So I'm really excited.
And I'm sorry I
That is
missed your
awesome.
event, but I will check out that world, the event that she went
Thank you.
to.
Appreciate it.
Heck yes.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Drop a photo on
And
the world page. We're also doing this thing where we want to do random giveaways because it's a zodiac thing. It's a celebration of birthdays, right? We wanna surprise people with gifts every now and then. So we have that in place, and we're doing that through sponsorships and things. If anybody's interested in kind of advertising their brands, they
Yeah.
can hit us up. They can DM me
Mhm.
directly on IG. Tony Stark VR, self plug. And we can talk about advertisements and different. We really want to work with the brands that we showcase through the sponsorship. So for me, it's not about putting your logo in there and shouting you out at the event. It's more about what does your brand need? You know what I mean? What is your aim? So if I have a client who is a business coach, they would need a client who needs business coaching, right? They don't necessarily need us to be like, shout out to such and such and the event. That's all good. That's part of it. But it's like we sit down with the brand and we're like, okay, what do you want to achieve? Okay, you need leads. We can send you leads through our events, because these events have high attendance. It's like whatever your brand is aiming to do, we can help with that. And the packages, like it's all conceptual. So even the sponsorship packages, which the public doesn't see, just the clients do, like they're named after like star things. So constellations, shooting star, supernova, all of that kind of cool stuff. It's very conceptual.
that is awesome. Super, super excited
Oh, yeah.
to see what you have going on and to watch you grow. I know when you were on first. English is so hard for me today. When you were first on Queen's
English
Talk
is hard for
Gossip,
you
and
every
I think
day.
it was. It is. Yes, it really is. When you were first on Queen's Talk on the very first season, and we're in season 3 now. You since then have grown a lot. So to be able to see all the things
Thank
that
you.
you do now versus what you did back then is pretty awesome, especially with everything that's been going on, all that fun stuff. It's been a pleasure being able to witness your growth and to see how well you're doing because it's
Thank you.
really awesome.
And
Thank you. That
2025
means
is
a
going to
lot
be
to me.
such a great year for Tony. It's going to be like the best year yet.
I hope so.
Yes.
I hope so. By
This
grace
is the
of God,
Tony Stark experience year. Woohoo!
Hey, let's get it. I like
Yes,
that.
let's
I like the sound of
go.
that. But thank you so much, though. It's all to have fun. At the end of the day, if we're not having fun, what are we really doing? Because we're wearing a headset on our face for God knows how many hours a day, right? Some of us.
Mhm.
And so if we're not having fun, then just step away. But if you are having fun, then that's what counts most. And that's really one of the motivations behind Zodia as well, just to kind of do a whole 360 on what I've done before, and
Yeah,
it's more
exactly.
interactive.
Yes.
With time, it's going to become more interactive and more gamified as the platform allows it, as the NPC system evolves. Zodia is going to evolve, and she's going to be dope. She's going to be super dope. Watch out for Zodia. She might pop up behind you one day.
Good to see you.
Uh-oh.
We got Me Too Day in the house. Good friend of mine.
Hello,
Woohoo!
hello. Welcome, welcome. Well, thank you so much, Tony, for being here and showcasing what you got going on. And definitely, Brony and I are for sure gonna come around, see what you got going on. Maybe
Don't
do some
worry, we
promo
won't miss it
videos
for the world.
you. Yeah. So
For the world,
keep.
Oh, yeah.
That is,
Oh,
that
yes.
is funny. Oh my goodness, yes. So definitely keep an eye out, guys. Anyone on who is watching online, definitely keep an eye out for those videos that Bernina and myself will be posting about his world that he's talking about. We are definitely gonna do some awesome promos there. Maybe come to some events so you can kind of see what he does as an event coordinator. And you could possibly win a prize, a good percentage off if you come to Queen's Talk Gossip and you win
Right?
win at a game that we have. You could possibly win your own very own Stark approved event or Billionaire Club event
Oh,
and even
Oh.
Zodiac event. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be able to get
Yes.
that
Exciting,
started.
exciting.
We also offer custom birthday parties.
Ooh, is that cake?
So we have, we can customize the world
Sorry.
fully to your liking. And that's another thing we wanted to do because we wanted the Zodiac parties to be like a whole thing. So, everybody's welcome, all Zodiac signs, and it's a whole celebration. But then somebody might want to have a birthday party in that world, but kind of decorate it for themselves and them and their friends, or maybe for somebody. So we wanted to have that as an option too. Plus, it keeps us on our toes as well. Creatively, it keeps us going as well. Speaking of creativity, one thing I wanted to do that was different as well was I wanted to have a whole marketing, behind Zodia. So part of that was releasing a theme song as well. And I'm really happy to announce that the Zodiac Killer song is doing great on streaming on all platforms. It's available Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, everywhere you can stream music. It's even on Roblox, I heard. And I think on Spotify, we're past about 2,000 streams now. So that's super cool.
Holy crap.
And it's super dope. I reached out to the builder who made the World Angel. She's one of the artists on the song. Talk Nice to Kia is another artist. And they put the song together. And again, the concept was all how Zodia as a character is going to be as an NPC. She's kind of elegant, but she's the Zodiac Killer, right? So the artist took on the roles of the Zodiac Killer in the song. It's tongue in cheek, kind of making a few jokes towards all Zodiac signs. Cancer got the hit as well. So yeah, the song is doing great. Really happy. I wanted it to do great, but I didn't expect it to do this great this quickly. So the support means a lot. Everybody showed out, from the community.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. Well, thank you so much, Tony, for being a Power Queens Talk. It was awesome being able to talk to you again and to get some more details. But on that note, I think it is time to get kind of switch the vibe here. Let's talk.
Hey.
Let's talk performance.
Yeah, speaking of music, we got a good musical guest.
Yes, I am super excited to announce that we have a very special musical performance tonight, brought to you by someone who's newer in horizons and who is trying to get out there, trying to promote her work, and we are super excited. Please help me introduce Les Mouge.
Les Mouge!
Hey,
Woo!
Let's go. You guys are in for a treat. We got a little sample before backstage.
Heck yeah.
I'm excited.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
I can't see myself. Okay. We're all good.
Well, great to have you here.
Thank you. All right, so thank you very much for this chance. It's amazing. I'm sorry if the guitar does some funky things. I hope it does not. But I'll try to bring some real music live using live full sound. So hope it makes sense and you like it. This song is called The Answer. I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die of you. I'll just simplify the question to you. I have idealized and realized we're meant to be. We're meant to be for real. I simplify the question to you. Do you realize you idolize what's meant to be? Is meant to be a thing. Every time without trying, I'm trying to be how you want me to be. Oh, surrender to my powers. I can be the answer. Oh, surrender to my powers. You will see the answer, the answer, the answer, the answer, the answer. You will see. Every time without trying, I'm trying to be how you want me to be. Oh, surrender to my powers. I can be the answer. Oh, surrender to my powers. You will see the answer, the answer, the answer, the answer, the answer. But what's the question? That's the question. What's the question? That's the question. What's the question? That's the question. Ooh.
That was so good.
That was so
Thank you.
amazing. I tell you, I know what the answer is. It was beautiful. It was fantastic.
It was.
A
Thank
voice of
you.
an angel.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
That was amazing. Oh my god.
it was so good.
I was so
especially
lost in
being
the music.
live. Yes, come on over.
All
Come
right.
have a seat. We would love to get to know you a little bit more.
I'm here.
Well, thank you so very much for being on Queen's Talk. That was a beautiful performance. So it does sound like you're playing live with the guitar. Is that correct?
I am, and it's it's very interesting how you have to do it. It's not easy by for the moment, but it's gonna take some time, I guess. I'll be working on it.
That is awesome. How long have you been playing the guitar?
Well, the guitar I've been playing for my whole life, I guess, like since I was a kid. But playing on VR, this is the first time actually, so I'm pretty excited.
That is awesome. So what brought you into VR? What enticed you into being in Horizons and performing in here?
Well, I've always loved just sharing culture with people. You know, I'm from Argentina. That's far away, south and in Latin America, and it's really interesting just being able to share a night in New York or a night in California, or just spending time with people from Europe, and this exchange is always amazing.
That is awesome. So the song that you sung, was it something that you specifically wrote?
Yeah, I wrote it when I think I wrote it like 5 years ago, but it took me a while just to have the record because I wasn't so sure about the instruments. But well, yeah, I was able to do it after actually when we were on the pandemics, so I was able to make a record in that time, and it was amazing, really.
That is awesome. Can you explain to us what made you want to write that specific song and what it means to you?
Well, yeah, I was in love, quite obsessed with someone. I guess some people might know what I'm talking about.
Listeners,
And
while we love to hear
well, yeah, and since that happened to me, I was thinking like I'm the answer. I was thinking about that, just what I wrote. Obviously, it did not make it. I mean, it was not a real relationship in the end when you get so obsessed with someone. But it made a cool song, I guess.
That is awesome. I know a lot of artists out there actually do like to make their music related to, you know, their relationships they have. I mean, look at all the Taylor Swift songs. But like that one,
Totally.
and that was definitely a unique song because I don't think I've ever heard any song.
No.
Obviously, because you just read, but like I don't think I've
It
heard
touched my
a
heart.
rendition.
The
Yeah, I don't
song
think
was
I've
just really
heard a
good.
rendition of
Lyrics.
that. Yeah, it was so good. So I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you, you know, performing that song here, especially you said this is your second performance here in Horizons?
Yeah, it's my second performance, but it's the first time that I'm actually playing the guitar. So I'm working on the sound, and it's challenging, but I think it's worth it to have this experience every day more vivid and more real because it's not the same when you play back. I feel like it's not the same experience that you get from that moment. Although there are many people who do that super well, but I wanted to make something different, and I wanted to go around with a guitar and trying to make that sound real, so that you feel that awkward feeling that you're hearing something absolutely real, but it's not actually. It's just an asset, but it is at the same time. So yeah, I'm having a blast with that.
That is super
awesome.
cool.
That is freaking
That is
amazing.
super
That is very cool.
We're glad
I
to
have a
have you here in the
question for you as
metaverse.
well, Lamosh.
Oh, yeah, what's your
Um,
question?
So my question would be, so you said you played live and you sang and you wrote the song quite a while ago. When do you think was the first time that you noticed throughout your life that you were musically inclined and that you wanted to be an artist?
I think I've always known that because I come from a family of musicians, and that makes it
Okay.
much easier when you're a kid and you start playing with instruments, actually playing them. I had that. That was very lucky. I feel very honored to have had that opportunity of having a piano when I was 3 years old. So
Oh, that's
that
amazing.
made yeah yeah, it made it possible, I guess. But I don't know. Who knows, right? If you come with it or if you get it in the process, who knows? But it's there definitely.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. And you mentioned before that, you're from, I think you mentioned Argentina. I'm from the
Yeah.
UK. These guys are from the States, and look at us, we're all sitting in one place. Technically, we're all in one
Mm.
place with each other, and it's kind of like we're globally local.
Absolutely.
And that's what I like to
We're
say.
all
I like to call
connected,
it globally local.
And you're
one
Yeah.
global.
way or
Yeah,
another.
definitely.
Oh
Definitely.
yes.
We're countries and continents apart, but I could reach out and high five Lily like this.
Hey, let's go.
Oh yes.
So that's crazy. But that leads me to ask. I always say that music is a universal language, and so do you sing in any other languages, or is it predominantly just in English?
Yeah, actually, in Argentina we speak Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
so I sing mostly in Spanish my songs. Although I write songs in English like this one,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's easier for me to get it out. Like even talking unconsciously, English comes first for some reason. It's very easy to channelize stuff for me in English. I don't know why. But yeah, I write in Spanish, and I've done one or two songs in Italian, which is not so
Mm-hmm.
hard when you speak Spanish. So yeah, those are my languages.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
I think
awesome.
that
Thanks for sharing.
that's wonderful.
Who is your musical idol? Like that you resonate with and that
Uh,
you know, connect with the most?
Well, I would say when I was a teenager, I would be much into alternative rock, and in the
Good
early
choice.
2000s we had, yeah, and I actually love the sound of the 90s. So I have my own band in real life, and we do have that 90s vibe that I think it will come eventually, to be a thing. I think it's we're getting there sometimes. I mean, now it's pretty much the 80s sound, but I think eventually people will realize how cool it was back in the 90s.
You
Oh
know,
my
I'm
Or
I'm
rock
goodness.
already
especially.
I'm
I love
already a
that.
huge fan right now because I love that type of music and heck
I
yeah,
do too. I
90s,
rock out to
2000s.
it in the car.
Oh yeah, let's go. I want to hear
Yeah,
more
like
from you and your band.
I Yeah, absolutely. I was like in love with Alanis Morissette's sound back then. It was wild. It was like she took over the world, and obviously I love pop too. So I try to combine both, like some I don't know, crunchy rock, but also something very soft related to the pop genre and all that. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that
I
makes
think
sense.
you definitely got the crunchy rock. I am obsessed because it was awesome. If
Thank
It
anyone
you.
in
was.
our live audience or online audience has any questions, feel free to type them out or read them out loud.
Oh,
Anyone in the audience is more welcome as well to ask any questions.
there's a
But
microphone right there for a reason.
heck yeah. But where do you go from here? So this being your second performance, what's your next goal that you want to proceed in here with?
Um, well, getting the music out there for me to be, like you said, Tani, to be able to have an international audience, it's more than I could ever imagine. Having you listening and giving feedback, everything. Just I think for now it's going to be the adventure of showing around some sounds that come from far away and see how the metaverse reacts to that, and then we'll see from there.
I want to see you get big. I want to see you guys get big, and I'll listen to it all the time. It's amazing.
That's
All right.
amazing. Do you have your
Thank
music
you.
on any streaming platforms where people can find it?
Yes, absolutely. It's available on Spotify, and I have a solo career, which is you can find it by my name, which is Le Monge. And also, my band is called Laika, like the astronaut dog. So that's some pop rock music out there in
Sweet.
Spotify, YouTube, Apple, and everything.
I have
So yeah,
Spotify, so
Oh, that's
heck yeah.
That
amazing.
is awesome. I will definitely have to take a look at that.
I'll
But
definitely
thank
be
you.
checking that out.
Yeah, same. Thank you so much for being and
thank
performing
you.
tonight. It was a pleasure having you, and I'm so happy to be able to promote you as best as we can by being able to get your music out there before you start growing into your career here in Horizons and in the metaverse as a whole. Maybe you can hop over to VR chat and Mr. Tony Stark over here can get you out there in VR chat. You
Right.
never know. You gotta get that network, am I right?
I definitely want to connect
Yeah.
with you. We have the Billionaire Club in Horizon as well, and we showcase artists. And with you playing, we actually put a guitar in the Billionaire Club on the stage as well. And the acoustic sound that you have with the style that I just heard from just hearing that one song at the moment. I think you would be a great artist for us to showcase at the Billionaire Club. It's a very luxury vibe. It's a cigar lounge, and so we have
Amazing.
we have quite a specific type of crowd that comes in there. Your sound would be really
Oh
welcomed
yes.
in there. I think we could definitely talk
Oh,
about that.
looking
Yes.
forward to it.
Yes, but I am so grateful for both of you being here on Queen's Talk. Bernina, do you have anything else left that you would like to ask or say before we hit it off at the end of the night?
Not really. Everything I've heard, all the new things coming out, and finding someone new to listen to. Because honestly, now I've become even a bigger fan.
Are you
Let
looking
the
to
royal
reach a
proceeding.
But no,
That's some crazy
tonight
purchase today.
these two amazing souls are with us, and they have been implanted themselves in history. So I love them both, and heck yeah, congrats! And I can't wait to see you two do greater things. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Well, guys, that being said,
English is
it
hard.
is time. It's hard for you. It's hard for me. It's hard for everyone. But that being said, unfortunately, it is that time of the night where we do have to say goodbye. But before we do, I think it's time that we kick it off with some outros. Mr. Tony Stark, where can people come and find you if they want to talk to you?
If you want to come and talk to me, or if you want to talk about an event, you want to talk about, Zodiac and the Zodiac stuff, you can find me at Tony Stark VR on all platforms: Horizon, Instagram, TikTok, for whenever that goes away again. VR chat everywhere. I'm Tony Stark VR. The Billionaire Club is Billionaire Club VR on Instagram and on all social media. Zodia is Zodia, Zodia brand with 2 Ds on Instagram. And yeah, let's talk. Let's get some events done.
Well, thank you so very much. Miss Lamush, where can people come and find you if they want to come talk to you?
Absolutely. They can find me on the second Tuesday of every month on the Residence in the Casino. Hope to see you there. And you can find me also on Instagram, like Clemanche, my band and my own music. You'll find it on every platform. So I hope to hear from you, and I hope to see you around.
Awesome. And Mr. Bronina, we can't forget about you.
Oh,
Where
yes.
can people come and talk to you?
You can find me at Bronina CRS on Instagram, Bronina CRS VR on YouTube now with exclusive videos that you won't find anywhere else. Bronina CRS on TikTok, and also you can find me at my new Bro Inc. Business World with promotions, shout outs, doing so much love for the metaverse. Anything you need, Bronina, as a host, voice actor, creator out there. The new Bro Inc. World is here. Check out the new version on my profile.
Hey,
Heck yeah.
Yes, let's
that's
go.
that advertisement.
That's how you do it. And I am Miss Queen. You can find me on Instagram. Please definitely follow me. Miss Creelily01. You can also find our YouTube channels. We have 2. One is for the Queen Royalty Productions, where we go and promote all the worlds that we've been talking about. And the other is Queen's Talk Gossip podcast, where you can watch online, win some games, have some fun, and talk to us while we do our live performances here. So please come check us out next week. Next week is going to be a very big week, so definitely come check us out. And we hope to see you there.
Yes.
Have a good night, guys.
Hey,
Have a
have
good
a good
night.
night, guys. Thank you so much for having me on the episode, you guys. I really enjoyed it. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us today here at QT Gossip Podcast for the best of the best info around. Join us again every Thursday at 8 p.m. EST or watch our live stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, as we close the mic, open your mind to new horizons and the door to countless possibilities. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams.